Penguins are some of the most fascinating and unique birds on Earth. And like most birds, they cannot fly in the sky. But they are true underwater pilots. Their movements in the water are so smooth and graceful that it looks like they are flying beneath the surface. These amazing creatures have existed for millions of years and have adapted to a wide range of environments, from icy deserts to warm tropical islands. Penguins live exclusively in the southern hemisphere. Most of them are found in Antarctica, but some species live much farther north. An interesting fact is that penguins are never found in the wild together with polar bears, as they live on opposite sides of the planet. A penguin's body is perfectly designed for swimming. Their streamlined shape reduces water resistance. Their wings have evolved into flippers, and their dense feathers help retain heat. In fact, penguin feathers are so tightly packed that there can be more than 100 feathers per square centimeter, creating an excellent insulating layer to survive in cold environments. Penguins rely on several natural adaptations. They have a thick layer of fat, waterproof feathers, and a specialized blood circulation system that reduces heat loss. One of the most remarkable behaviors is their tendency to gather in large groups called huddles. In these groups, penguins stand close together to conserve warmth, and the temperature in the center can be significantly higher than outside. The largest penguin species is the emperor penguin. These birds are incredibly resilient. Males can lose up to half of their body weight while incubating an egg, standing for weeks in freezing conditions without eating. Despite living in massive colonies with thousands of individuals, each penguin is still able to recognize its own partner and offspring. King penguins are slightly smaller, but equally impressive. They are known for their bright and colorful markings. Their chicks look very different from adults, as they are covered in thick brown fluff and resemble small furry balls rather than sleek birds. At the other end of the size scale are little penguins, the smallest penguin species in the world. They are often called blue penguins because of their bluish feathers. These penguins usually come ashore at night to avoid predators, moving quickly and carefully under the cover of darkness. Crested penguins are easy to recognize because of the distinctive yellow feathers above their eyes, which look like eyebrows. These birds are energetic and sometimes aggressive, often competing with each other for territory and nesting space. Penguins are highly skilled hunters and spend much of their lives in the water searching for food. Their diet mainly consists of fish, krill, and squid. Some species are capable of diving to depths of more than 500 meters and can hold their breath for up to 20 minutes. Underwater, their vision is even better than on land, which helps them track and catch prey efficiently. In terms of movement, penguins are surprisingly fast swimmers. Some can reach impressive speeds and even leap out of the water like dolphins. This behavior helps them move quickly and also allows them to breathe while traveling long distances. Penguins are very social animals and live in large colonies that can include thousands of individuals. Despite the noise and crowd, they are able to recognize each other by voice. Many species form long-term bonds, and some even stay with the same partner for life. Although it may not be obvious, penguins do have knees, but these are hidden beneath their feathers. Their black and white coloring is not just for appearance, it serves as camouflage in the water, helping them avoid predators. Looking back in time, the ancestors of penguins were able to fly, but over millions of years, they evolved into powerful swimmers instead. Some prehistoric penguins were much larger than modern ones, reaching heights of up to 1.5 to 2 meters. In conclusion, penguins are far more than just cute birds. They are highly adapted survivors, intelligent and social creatures, and a powerful example of how life can thrive in even the harshest environments. Their story is one of resilience, cooperation, and the incredible diversity of nature. Penguins spend a significant portion of their lives in the ocean, and in many ways, they are more marine animals than land birds. The ocean is where they hunt, travel, and spend most of their active time. When they enter the water, Their entire behavior changes. On land, they may appear slow and clumsy, but underwater, they become incredibly agile and fast. Their wings, which cannot lift them into the air, function as powerful flippers. With each movement, they propel themselves forward with precision and speed. Some species can reach speeds of up to 30 to 35 kilometers per hour, making them some of the fastest swimming birds in the world. Their bodies are shaped like torpedoes, allowing them to cut through the water with minimal resistance. Penguins also use a technique called porpoising, where they repeatedly leap in and out of the water. This helps them breathe without slowing down, and can also help them avoid predators lurking below the surface. It is a highly efficient way to travel long distances. Diving is another essential skill. Penguins can dive deep beneath the surface in search of food. Some species, like the emperor penguin, are capable of diving deeper than 500 meters. During these dives, their bodies undergo remarkable changes. Their heart rate slows down, and blood flow is directed toward vital organs to conserve oxygen. Communication plays a crucial role in penguin life. In massive colonies where thousands of individuals live close together, recognizing one another is essential. Penguins rely heavily on vocalizations. Each penguin has a unique call, which acts almost like a voice signature. When a parent returns from the ocean after hunting, it calls out, and its chick responds with its own call. Despite the overwhelming noise of the colony, the two can find each other. This ability is vital for survival, as feeding the wrong chick would mean their own offspring might not survive. Body language is also important. Penguins use head movements, flipper gestures, and posture to communicate. These signals can indicate aggression, submission, or affection. During courtship, some penguins perform elaborate displays, bowing and calling to attract a mate. Many species are known for forming strong pair bonds. While not all penguins mate for life, some species return to the same partner season after season. They often reunite at the same nesting site year after year, demonstrating an impressive sense of memory and navigation. The breeding cycle of penguins is carefully timed and varies depending on the species and environment. In harsh regions like Antarctica, timing is everything. Penguins must ensure that their chicks hatch during a period when food is more available. For emperor penguins, breeding begins during the coldest time of the year. After the female lays a single egg, she transfers it to the male and then leaves for the ocean to feed. The male remains behind, balancing the egg on his feet and covering it with a fold of skin to keep it warm. During this time, the male may not eat for more than 2 months. He endures freezing temperatures and strong winds while protecting the egg. When the chick finally hatches, the female usually returns, having stored food in her stomach to feed the newborn. In other species, both parents share responsibilities more equally. They take turns incubating the eggs and hunting for food. This teamwork increases the chances of survival for their offspring. Penguins also play an important role in their ecosystems as predators. They help regulate populations of fish and other marine organisms. At the same time, they are prey for larger animals, making them an essential part of the food chain. Their presence can also indicate the health of the ocean. Changes in penguin populations often reflect changes in the environment, such as shifts in fish availability or water temperature. Scientists study penguins to better understand the impact of climate change on marine ecosystems. In recent years, conservation efforts have become increasingly important. Protected areas, fishing regulations, and pollution control measures are being implemented in some regions to help preserve penguin habitats. However, much work still needs to be done. Despite the challenges they face, penguins continue to capture the imagination of people around the world. Their unique appearance, social behavior, and remarkable adaptations make them one of the most beloved animals on the planet. Their story is not just about survival, but about resilience, cooperation, and the delicate balance of nature. By understanding and protecting penguins, we also help protect the oceans they depend on. and the countless other species that share their world. Life in a penguin colony is never quiet. The air is filled with constant calls, movement, and interaction. From a distance, a colony may look chaotic, but in reality, it is a highly organized system, where every individual follows natural instincts that keep the group functioning. Penguins often return to the exact same nesting sites every year. This behavior is known as site fidelity. Even after traveling hundreds or thousands of kilometers across the ocean, they can navigate back to the precise location where they were born. Scientists believe they use a combination of the sun, ocean currents, and even the Earth's magnetic field to find their way. Nesting habits vary between species. Some penguins build simple nests out of stones, carefully collecting and arranging them. In fact, in some species, stones are so valuable that penguins may steal them from each other. A well-built nest helps keep eggs above cold ground and melting ice. Other species do not build nests at all. Instead, they lay their eggs directly on the ground or keep them balanced on their feet. Each strategy reflects adaptation to specific environmental conditions. Molting is another critical stage in a penguin's life. And like many birds that gradually replace their feathers, penguins undergo what is called a catastrophic molt. This means they lose and replace all their feathers in a short period of time. During molting, penguins cannot enter the water because their old feathers are no longer waterproof, and their new ones are still growing in. As a result, they must remain on land for several weeks without feeding. Before molting begins, they eat as much as possible to build up fat reserves that will sustain them during this fasting period. This phase can be physically demanding, and penguins often appear tired and less active. However, once the new feathers are fully grown, they return to the ocean refreshed and ready to hunt again. Penguins have developed fascinating ways to deal with predators in the water. They must constantly be alert. Marine predators such as seals and orcas can strike quickly and without warning. To reduce the risk, penguins often enter the water in groups rather than alone. Before diving in, they may gather at the edge, hesitating and watching for danger. Eventually, one penguin makes the first move, and the others quickly follow. This behavior reduces the chance of any single individual being targeted. On land, their main threats come from birds that prey on eggs and chicks. To protect their young, penguins rely on numbers and vigilance. Living in large colonies makes it harder for predators to succeed. Camouflage also plays a role in survival. Their black backs blend with the dark ocean depths when viewed from above, while their white bellies match the bright surface when seen from below. This coloration makes them harder to detect. In the water, penguins are also surprisingly efficient travelers. Some species migrate long distances between breeding and feeding grounds. These journeys can span hundreds or even thousands of kilometers across open ocean. Despite the vastness of their environment, penguins rarely get lost. Their navigation abilities are still being studied, but it is clear that they possess a highly developed sense of direction. Energy conservation is essential during these long trips. Penguins alternate between active swimming and gliding to reduce effort. They also take advantage of ocean currents when possible. Their ability to endure long journeys without rest highlights their physical strength and endurance. It also shows how closely their survival is tied to the health of marine ecosystems. Another interesting aspect of penguin life is their relationship with sound. Penguin colonies are among the loudest animal communities in the world. The constant calls serve many purposes, from attracting mates to warning others of danger. Each species has its own distinct sounds, and even individuals within a species have unique vocal patterns. These calls are essential in maintaining social bonds and coordinating behavior within the colony. Young chicks begin learning these sounds early in life. Recognizing their parents' calls is one of the first skills they must develop to survive. Without this ability, they would not be able to receive food or protection. Sound travels differently in cold, open environments. And penguins have adapted their calls to carry over long distances. This ensures they can communicate effectively even in large, crowded colonies. As young penguins grow, they go through a period of independence. After being cared for by their parents, they eventually leave the colony and head out to sea for the first time. This is a dangerous and uncertain phase of life. Many young penguins do not survive their first year. They must quickly learn how to hunt, avoid predators, and navigate the ocean. Those that succeed will return to land years later as adults, ready to breed. This cycle of life continues generation after generation. Maintaining the balance of penguin populations. It is a delicate process influenced by environmental conditions, food availability, and survival rates. Penguins have also become important symbols in human culture. They are often seen as representations of loyalty, teamwork, and resilience. Their upright posture and social behavior make them especially appealing to people. They appear in films, documentaries, and educational programs, helping to raise awareness about wildlife and conservation. For many people, penguins are a first introduction to the wonders of the natural world. However, this popularity also comes with responsibility. Protecting penguins means protecting their habitats, reducing pollution, and addressing climate change. Their future depends not only on their adaptations but also on human actions. In the end, penguins remind us of the beauty and complexity of life on Earth. From the frozen landscapes of Antarctica to the rocky shores of distant islands, they continue to survive, adapt, and inspire. Their story is ongoing, and it is closely connected to the future of our planet. One of the most fascinating aspects of penguins is how perfectly their bodies are adapted to extreme pressure underwater. When they dive deep into the ocean, the pressure increases dramatically. Yet their bodies are built to handle it. Their bones are denser than those of flying birds, which helps reduce buoyancy and allows them to dive more efficiently. In addition, penguins have specialized muscles that store oxygen. This allows them to remain underwater for extended periods without needing to surface. Their ability to control oxygen usage is incredibly advanced, making them some of the best divers among birds. Another remarkable feature of penguins is their vision. While they may seem a bit awkward on land, their eyesight underwater is highly adapted for hunting. Their eyes can adjust to different light levels, allowing them to see clearly even in dark or murky water. This is especially important in deep dives, where sunlight barely reaches. Penguins rely on their sharp vision to detect movement and locate prey. Their eyes are also adapted to reduce glare from the water's surface, giving them an advantage when swimming near bright light. Temperature regulation is a constant challenge for penguins, especially for those living in extreme climates. In cold environments, they must retain as much heat as possible, while in warmer areas, they must avoid overheating. Penguins can control blood flow to their extremities, such as their flippers and feet, by reducing blood flow. They minimize heat loss in cold conditions. In warmer environments, they increase blood flow to release excess heat. They also use behavioral strategies, such as turning their backs to the wind or lifting their flippers away from their bodies to cool down. These small adjustments play a big role in their survival. Penguins are also known for their playful behavior. Observers have often noticed them sliding on ice, chasing each other, and even interacting with objects in their environment. While some of this behavior may have practical purposes, such as conserving energy, it also appears to reflect a level of curiosity and engagement with their surroundings. Young penguins, in particular, are more playful. These activities may help them develop important skills, such as coordination and social interaction, which will be useful later in life. Another interesting element of penguin biology is their sense of hearing. Penguins rely heavily on sound for communication, and their hearing is well developed. They can distinguish between different calls even in extremely noisy environments. This ability is essential in large colonies, where thousands of penguins may be calling at once, recognizing the call of a mate or chick. Among all this noise is a remarkable skill. Their hearing also helps them detect potential threats, both on land and in the water, giving them more time to react and stay safe. Penguins have a unique way of moving on land. While they are often seen waddling, which may appear slow or awkward, this movement is actually energy efficient. By shifting their weight from side to side, they conserve energy while walking. In addition to waddling, penguins can also hop over rocks and uneven terrain. In icy environments, they often switch to sliding on their bellies, pushing themselves forward with their flippers and feet. This method is faster and requires less energy than walking. These different movement techniques allow penguins to adapt to a variety of landscapes, from ice sheets to rocky shores. And so, as the story of penguins comes to a close, we are left with something more than just knowledge about a species. We are left with a deeper understanding of life itself, of how living beings adapt, survive, and find balance in even the most extreme conditions on Earth. From the frozen winds of Antarctica to the rocky shores of distant islands, penguins continue their journey, generation after generation. They face storms, hunger of predators, and an ever-changing world, yet they endure. Not because they are the strongest, but because they are perfectly adapted, connected to one another, and in harmony with their environment. There is something quietly powerful about them. In their movements, their silence, their calls across the ice, there is a story of persistence and unity. A reminder that survival is not only about strength, but also about cooperation, patience, and resilience. As they disappear beneath the waves, or gather together against the cold, penguins continue to live their lives far from human eyes, yet deeply connected to the health of our planet. Their future, in many ways, reflects our own, and perhaps that is why they captivate us so much. Because in their world, we see a reflection of nature at its most honest, fragile, beautiful, and worth protecting. The story does not truly end here. It continues with every wave, every journey, and every new generation stepping out into the vast ocean. And somewhere, far to the south, the penguins carry on.